Good morning. Welcome to Greenlight the Day. I'm Denise. Today I want to talk about baby steps. So I've been talking about positive thinking and things that we can do. And I just wanted to talk today about the fact that it doesn't have to be something that is tremendously large in effort to bring you payback or returns in huge amounts, right? So sometimes if we're stuck in a rut and we've been dealing with some major struggle, getting back on track can be just simply taking little baby steps to get there. And you don't have to change everything at once in your life to get back on track. You just have to make a firm decision that it's time to get on with getting back on track and come up with a plan that involves baby steps to getting you there. So for myself, I just wanted to share what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks. And I'm not perfect, so I've missed a couple of days. But actually I've done two things, right? So because of some changes that have occurred recently, there has been a little bit more animosity amongst some people at work. What that has resulted in, though, is a lot of complaining and a lot of negativity. And even with myself, I'd noticed in the last few weeks that I was just being much more negative than I like to be. That's not the person I am. That's not how I like to face life. And I normally try to be really positive and try to be that positive force. So what I did a couple of weeks ago is I bought some small 1 cup mason jars and I took them into work and spoke to my team about complaint jars. And so I said, and I believe this, that there is a very definite difference between discussing an issue or a challenge that we're meeting and trying to resolve versus just complaining non-productively about something. And that complaining just tends to add to the negativity, and everybody feeds off it and things become more negative. And so I asked their permission if they would be willing to participate in my little experiment. And what that was a payment jar. So every time, and it's on the honor system. So like if nobody's around, you don't have to be honest with yourself or us. But each time we find ourselves complaining about something, we need to throw a quarter in the jar. And at our first team meeting every month, we're all going to bring our jars, and whoever has the least number of quarters in their jar gets to keep everybody's quarters, and then we'll start over again. And I just think it's a really cool way to help remind ourselves what we're doing. Now, we can't stop anybody else from complaining, but we can control whether we complain or not. And if somebody else is complaining, you can't stop them, but you don't have to participate and feed that fire, right? You can stand there, nod your head, and smile and walk away. Or state something that is more positive that maybe will diffuse the negativity or hostility of that person who's doing the complaining. And we've had so much fun with that. But what it does is it kind of makes us all more cognizant of what's coming out of our mouth, right? And it's like, oh, that's one for the complaint job. And so it's added humor, which helps to diffuse those situations that are negative. For myself, on a personal level, two other things that I've done is I've gone back to just doing a real quick gratitude journal. And I talked about doing this earlier in the year, and I just, things blew up in my life, and I kind of got off track for a while. But I've just started doing that again, and it just really helps. Each morning, just before I leave for work, I take a few minutes and I jot a few thoughts down. And journaling helps me as well. in that regard. So those are just some of the little baby steps that I'm taking. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't hit the mark 100% of the time, but I'm finding just in the last 2 weeks in doing that, my whole perspective is changing. I'm just happier. I have a happier attitude even on the days when I'm tired. And it's just making my days and life more pleasant. And I think if we're in a better mood and a better frame. So I've just been feeling much happier. Today I was just downright silly in our team meeting. The girls were just like, what are you on, Denise? And so I notice a difference. And like I said, it's baby steps. Putting things into your daily routine that is going to help you to face each day in kind of that glass half full mode. I hope that you think about some baby steps that maybe will help you to do that if that's been a challenge for you. I hope that you're taking care of yourself and each other. Make a great day.